Welcome back to my channel. My name's Lisa Jane, and if you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you are returning, thank you as always for your support. So this video is going to be just basically me reading my June TBR and seeing how many books we can actually get done. Today we're sort of in the middle of June right now, and I've literally just filmed a July TBR, so I know what's on that month's TBR already, which is exciting and I can't wait for you to see. However, yeah, I'm going to be reading my June TBR in this video, or reading as much as we possibly can. I have read Mixed Signals, which is on here somewhere. I'll put a graphic up on the screen. I don't know which place I'm going to put it yet. We will work that one out when I get to it. But yeah, we had Mixed Signals on there. We had The Will of the Many, which, spoiler alert, I have now finished. I finished this one last night, and I will talk more about this in my wrap-up video. But then we also have on there Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan, and I have literally just started this today, and I'm about 35 pages in. So that's the one we'll be starting off this video with, so we'll go through that in a minute. And then I also have on my TBR list Kingdom of the Cursed, which is book 2 in the Kingdom of the Wicked series. We have A Curse Carved in Bone, which is book 2. I can't think what the series is called, but the first book was called A Fate Inked in Blood. We have The Thorn Queen, which is book 2 in the Rose Bargain series. And we also have Diabound, which was chosen by you. So I think, for starters, I'm going to continue with Same Time Next Summer. And then I think I'm going to hop into Diabound. So we may only get 2 more books done. We will see, because I'm not that fast of a reader. But I want this to be a realistic vlog of how many books I can actually get through. So yeah. Same Time Next Summer, it just says, on paper, Sam's life is on track. She has the perfect fiancé, a stable job, and has returned home to pick out a wedding venue near her family's Long Island beach house. The last person she expects to see is Wyatt, her first love and the man who broke her heart. As their irresistible spark comes rushing back, so do the memories of the long nights spent in the treehouse and the summer of that changed everything. As Sam starts to remember the girl she used to be, she must decide if the life she's created is the one she wants. I have reservations going into this book, and I did have before I started it. From what I've read so far, which is only, like I say, 35 pages, I don't know how Annabelle is going to do this, because I'm not one for somebody. It almost feels like emotional cheating. I don't know. I don't know my thoughts on it, really. I need to read a bit more of it. At the moment, the man she's engaged to, I think his name's Jack. Yeah, Jack. You know, he doesn't seem that bad to me. He might be a bit, you know, some people might use the term boring. He's, you know, he's just straight. But, you know, he's not a bad person. Obviously, we'll find out more as we go along. So, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how I'm going to find this one. The thing I do like is it's got the flashing backwards and forwards of timelines. We all know by now how much I enjoy that. And we've got the different POVs. We've had Sam's and Wyatt, who was the boy she fell in love with when she was younger. I don't know if we're going to get Jack's POV as well, but we definitely get Sam and Wyatt's. But yeah, I will let you know when I have some more thoughts. But I just can't make my mind up right now. I've literally just walked in from work, but I just wanted to catch up with you because yesterday I started Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan, as you will have saw in the previous clip. And yeah, I just wanted to do some updates because basically I'm 2/3 of the way through now. Firstly, if you can hear any noise, there's lots of noise outside shouting, so I don't know if that's being picked up, but if it is, I do apologise in advance. There's just nothing I can do about that. So going back to the book, like I say, I'm 2/3 of the way through. I am enjoying it. I really like Annabelle Monaghan's writing style. It's really quick, fast-paced. I love the flicking between now and then. I like all that kind of thing. I've said that previously. The only thing is, I'm still undecided on how I feel about this situation as a whole. So we have a lady called Sam, and she is engaged to be married to a gentleman called Jack. And basically, when she's younger, she ends up with the boy next door, and they fall in love and everything's grand. And then something happens, which I won't say about obviously in this vlog because I don't want to spoil it. And they part ways and they don't see each other again. Sam is now 30, like I said, engaged to somebody else to be married. And basically they are looking at wedding venues. So they're going back to Long Island to have a look at a place that her mum and dad really like. So that's where we start. And yeah, obviously she has now bumped into her ex and things have gone forward from there. But yeah, I just don't know how I feel about this story as a whole right now, but I do like Annabelle Monaghan's style of writing. I think I'll definitely be reading more of her work. But yeah, I'm gonna see how we get on with the rest of the book now. I'll probably just do a little review now at the end of the book, and yeah, I will speak to you in the next clip. Before I go to work, I just want to give you an update on where I am in my reading my June TBR. So last night I actually finished Same Time Next Summer. I will obviously do a full wrap up at the end of June. However, I think my feelings are pretty much the same. Like I say, I'll go into it more then. But yeah, I finished that last night. So yesterday, I think I read about, I want to say 90 odd pages, so just under 100, which isn't bad for me in the week. But that book is so easy to fly through, so I think that's why I read so many. It's when I get to chunky fantasies that I seem to lower my pages per hour, per half hour. So the next book, like I said at the beginning of this vlog, I'm going to start is Diabound. I'm actually about 50 pages in. I had started this book before Same Time Next Summer, and then I flipped back. If you don't know what Diabound's about, it just says Merrin Cooper has always hated the bonded, elite warriors who form mental links with the massive, vicious direwolves they ride. The bonded live in luxury while Merrin struggles to keep her family out of poverty. And when her little sister Sailor is kidnapped, stolen across the border by the immortal monsters her country has spent centuries fighting, Merrin's world falls apart. Desperate to cross the front and save her sister, Merrin enlists in the army and is thrown into the deadly bonding trials. So I don't want to read too much more than that, but I am up to the part where we've obviously met Merrin. She is in a sort of relationship with one of the servants of the castle, if that's right. I'm hoping it is. I'm trying to get all these relationships and what jobs they have in my mind. But yeah, she is sort of in a relationship with him, and she lives at home with her mother and her sister Sailor. And obviously one day Sailor is missing, and it's known that some young children keep going missing on a regular basis. And I think from what I can tell, we're going to have like vampires in here somewhere, just looking at the maps on the front and things like that. So yeah, she's gone missing, and Merrin has now signed up to become part of the army and be on the front line in hope that she can cross the border and try and save her little sister. So yeah, it is really good. I'm hooked already, so I will, give you some more updates as we go along. Good morning. I am sitting here and today is the 20th of June. So I have a weekend of no plans whatsoever, which is fantastic. It's been a busy week in work and I can feel my voice going ever so slowly, so I do apologise. I am still reading Diary Bound, so I think the last time I spoke to you I'd just started and I was about 50 pages in. I am now on page 202, so we've made some progress and that's about 35%. Like I've said before, I am not the fastest reader, so it does take time for me to get through these bigger books. However, the aim is today to at least get to the 50% mark, but I would love to get anywhere between 50 and 75% done. Ideally, for me, by the end of tomorrow, which is Sunday, I would love to be, 80% of the way through and just have 20% to work on in the week, because I'd love to at least get another book in on this vlog if possible. But we will see how we get on. And yeah, I am just going to continue reading this and I will update you when I get closer to the 50% mark. I have a feeling, and I don't know this, but there's going to be a trope in here which I haven't read loads of, should we say, but I know it's a very love or hate trope, and I'm just wondering if that's what's going to happen in this book as well, just from what I've read so far. I did forget to say when I was just speaking to you before, around the 30% mark we did have a plot not a plot twist, but something that happened that I wasn't expecting, and that was really good. And yeah, for early on in the book I really like that touch, but yeah, I'm just going to keep on going. Yesterday the plan was to read between 50 and 75% of Diary Bound. That sort of didn't go to plan and I didn't really read until last night. Just different things were happening and I just didn't get around to it. However, as of this morning we are on about 49%, so not far off the lower end of where I wanted to be. I am out today a little bit. It is Father's Day and, I want to make sure my husband's having a nice day too. So probably the majority of today's reading will be done this evening again. But yeah, if we look at the book, this is the pink one. They send you different colours on Amazon when you order Diary Bound, and the colours are linked to the Direwolves packs. I'm learning more about them in the book as well, which is really interesting now as we're getting into the nitty gritty. But yeah, I am obviously also reading it on my Kindle as well, because this is a chunky book to hold in bed, so this has been a godsend. But yeah, we're just coming up to the 50% mark and I'm going to see how much I can get done today. Obviously, today is the 21st of June, so we've got about 9 days left. I'm going to imagine this is going to take me another 4 or 5 days, and that's being positive. So we may be able to start another one, fit another one off the June TBR. However, we'll just see when we get to that point where we're at, and I will update you as we go along. But yeah, just wanted to fill you in on what's happening at the moment, and yeah, I will speak to you in the next clip. We are currently in the middle of a massive heat wave in the UK, so I'm absolutely roasting. So if you can't hear me as well, I'm so sorry, but I've got the fan on and I can't turn that off. I just wanted to quickly update you because I am on 95% now in Diabound, so it's estimating another hour left of the book for me to read. So yeah, I will obviously update you now when I get to the end, but I just sort of wanted to check in. Today is the 24th of June, so I'm hoping that we can have another little look at our stack that we've got, and we may be able to fit like one more in. I'll probably start it in this vlog, but I'll probably finish it afterwards because I'll obviously need to get this up for you to see it. So yeah, that's where we are. I will update you when I've got some more to say. I just wanted to do a quick update because last night I actually finished Diabound, which I really enjoyed. I obviously will do a full wrap up at the end of June, but yeah, really enjoyed it. I actually got through it a bit quicker than I thought I was going to, so I thought it was going to take me the rest of this week, to be honest, to read it, but however, I finished it last night, which was Wednesday. So I am going to start another book. But yeah, with Diabound, all I'll say is I did predict some of the ending, so give myself a pat on the back because usually I get the theories completely wrong, but I did predict some of it. And then, yeah, lots went on in the last, I want to say, 50 pages or so. It was just like one thing after another. But really enjoyed it, and yeah, I can't wait to start the next one, which I have got upstairs, so that could be one that I try and get on my TBR like ASAP. For the last book I'm going to start in this vlog, it is going to be, I've decided, The Thorn Queen by Sasha Payton Smith. Obviously I won't get round to reading all of this, I don't think, now before this video goes out, because I'm looking at uploading it ready for you to watch on Friday the 26th of June. I'm obviously in work all day, so I probably won't get much of this read, in all honesty, but I just wanted to let you know what I was starting. This book follows Ivy. This is the second and final book in the Rose Bargain duology. So in the Rose Bargain, we have lots of Bridgerton vibes. We have the girls who take part in these trials to win the prince's hand in marriage. We see different POVs of the girls who take part in the trials, and yeah, I can't remember it overly, so definitely go and look up a summary for the Rose Bargain if you're interested in reading The Thorn Queen. But like I say, I don't want to go into this one too much because it's obviously huge spoilers for the Rose Bargain. So yeah, I am going to start that like probably later on this evening, and then yeah, I will give you sort of my first thoughts on it, and then it'll probably be time to wrap this vlog up. But thank you if you're still watching at this point, thank you, and yeah, I will speak to you in the next clip. I just wanted to round off this vlog here. Yesterday I started The Thorn Queen by Sasha Payton Smith. This is, as I've said before, book 2 in the Rose Bargain duology, and I am already nearly 70 pages in, so it's reading really quickly, so I know that I am definitely going to finish this before the end of June. However, obviously, like I said previously, I wanted to get this vlog up for you. So yeah, really enjoying it so far. Like I say, not very far in. However, I think I'd said previously that I didn't remember much of the first book. I sort of remembered the ending and the trials, but not a lot of the little details. But then I've started reading it and it's all come straight back to me. So yeah, really enjoying it, and I think possibly towards the weekend I might have finished this one. And then in this vlog we also read Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan, and we finished Diabound by Sable Sorensen. So not too bad of a vlog. Obviously I didn't get a full 3 books in, but that's how it goes sometimes. I still have on my June TBR A Curse Carved in Bone, and the second book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series. I think it's Kingdom of the Cursed, I want to say. Yes, Kingdom of the Cursed is book 2. I haven't got round to them yet. Whether I get another one of them in, or at least start it, we'll see. But yeah, not bad. But if you would like to see my full wrap up and reset, please do subscribe down below, give this video a like, and yeah, I go through all the books I've read during the month, and then we do sort of like a check-in to see where I am with all things TBR and series. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care everyone. Bye bye.